What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we're going to be going over the pretty much optimal strategy for the Sky Labyrinth event. We've had a lot of information come out since the first day where we made all our videos. There's been a lot of data mine info. We figured out the best strategy. We figured out there's a lot of interesting things there's some strategy to it, but overall, you're pretty much guaranteed to get yourself a 5-star hero selection chest in this event, no matter what. I mean, unless you get really bad RNG, and I mean like really bad, because no matter what, you should be able to get to where you need to be. So there's some things we'll go over. We're going to run through a little bit of our Evil Mean Team account to kind of show you a lot of the tips and tricks here. To go over first and foremost, though, we're going to jump in and talk about the heroes one more time. So when it comes to the heroes, there's a couple different options here. It really depends on what you plan on doing this event. So in the first place here, Asmodel, right here, my boy Asmodel on the right hand side. Oops, I didn't mean to click that off. Right here, Asmodel. He is by far probably the best hero to use if you are not even spending gems on your pickaxes, because as you know, you can purchase up to 40 of these mithril pickaxes for 100 gems each, up to 4,000 gems. So that's something to consider. If you're not going to spend the gems, Asmodel is going to be the best bang for your buck, the best to use. After that, Queen becomes the second best hero. But besides that, she's the best first the more pickaxes you use past Asmodel. So if you are planning on buying those extra pickaxes, definitely go on Queen. She is one of the better ones to go for here. Asmodel, of course, hits the same column. You've probably seen that in some of our videos. If you haven't, go check out like our free-to-play series. We used Asmodel in that one. Sword Flash Shia, I mean, she only becomes the best hero after like 748 energy, 750 energy. That is a lot of spending. That's literally floor 30 plus. That's completely buying out the event. Only if you're doing that is when Sword Flash Shia catches up. Besides that, Queen with her kind of AoE clearing ability is by far the best one here. It does take, of course, a little bit more time to unlock Queen's ability, but it does hit more tiles right off the bat. It takes a while to build Sword Flashes up because it has to level up to level 5. Just the way it works, it does seem like Queen is the best option. But again, if you're not planning on spending any gems, go with Asmodel. He'll be much, much better for you. So we're going to move on to the next level. We're going to talk about a couple different things here. And of course, one of them is going to be movement strategy, because it's not the one thing that we didn't know when we first talked about this event is you can't just find the portal anywhere. There's a quote unquote pity system, but you have to do X number of tiles before they are released. So if you are on stages 1 to 9, which we are, we're in between 1 and 9, it's going to take you between 21 and 29 tiles to unlock that. What does that mean? That means you have 0% chance to get the portal before your 21st tile broken. That does scale up. Once you get to stages 12 to 16, it takes between 20 and 23 tiles to break. Once you get to stage 17, it takes 20, or when you get 17 to 21, it's 27 to 30 tiles, and then finally at stage 22 plus, it's 24 to 26 tiles to progress to the next level. So there's a couple things to talk about here that are really important. Number one, there's very little RNG involved in this. I mean, there's a difference of maybe a maximum of 8 pickaxes per floor in order to get to your 5-star chest, because let's be honest, ultimately this is the goal for most free-to-play players out there and low spenders that aren't really spending on this event. You want to get to here, because sadly you can't get to the sky chest. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, even if you have the worst luck, so let me take a look at the worst luck. That's 29 times 6 floors. That's 174. So you have like a 30 tile window on the high end to miss. So technically you can miss it because you only have 145 pickaxes. If you get the worst RNG and it takes you 29 tiles on every single floor to clear it, then you will, however, miss the chest. most of the time, you're not going to worry about that. This is a much less RNG fest than Imps Adventure is. I mean, maybe you get lucky in Imps Adventure. I don't. I think I've gotten, like I said, the 5-star chest in Imps Adventure at 200 stars like a couple times across 5 accounts in the past 4 or 5 months. It's just crazy how bad the RNG has been. But you definitely want to run Queen, and you definitely want to try to progress. Now, one thing to note is there are treasure maps over here, and you notice we were on a treasure map floor. These are not something you really even care about if you're not spending. Why? Because you can't get the 3rd piece until you get all the way up to floor 7, 8, 9. And if you're not spending, there's no possible physical way, because the way the tile system works for portals, to get up here. So do not worry about going for these treasure shards. But if you are spending, there is something to think about, because it takes a while to get these treasure maps to show up. Stages 3 to 5, it takes 4 to 12 tiles. Stages 6 to 8, it takes 8 to 15. 9 to 12, it takes 12 to 17. And then once you get to stage 12 plus, it takes in the 20s or higher to actually find these treasure map shards. So you have to decide, if you're a spender, do you want to go for the treasure map shards? Because there are levels. Let's just take, for example, like floor 17. You can potentially get it. Actually, that's a bad example. Let's try 16. You can technically get the portal between 20 and 23 tiles, but if you're on 16, it has a map. It takes 25 to 28 tiles to get one of those pieces. So you're going to have to do extra if you want to find those pieces. They do have a ton of awesome rewards. Like before stage 22, it's like 80 million gold, 80 million spirit, 80 million dust, like tons and tons of resources. So it's not something to scoff at, but it is something to consider. You have to keep in mind. So let's do a little bit of traveling here. Of course, we had 2 times saved up from a previous level, so they do get used right here. One thing to note is these totems are going to reveal spots that have bonus loot. That bonus loot is either going to be super wishing coins or prophet orbs. The main goal here, though, is if you do come across the 2 times, which is very, very important. You get it 2 times right here. You're going to want to save it. Don't use it right away. You most of the time want to take the 2 times and then immediately use it on the special hidden tile. You get 2 prophet orbs. I mean, that seems like a pretty good deal to me. And of course, you want to make sure you're using your energy on your hero optimally. For Queen, you want to make sure you have pretty much a lot of tiles unexplored around you, because it's going to use it wherever you last land. So let's see if we can get an example coming up here. 33. I don't know if we're actually going to need to use it here. We found the portal. We're going to claim all our loot. Do I want to use it 2 times here? I don't think so necessarily. I'd rather progress further, but it's up to you if you want to pick that. Me personally, I want to move to the next level, get our rewards, and reset and do it again. So what I'm talking about with using Queen's ability optimally. Here's what we want to do. So 40 of 43. Here's my strategy that I like using. I want to try to get to a spot right here. So we're on our final spot right here. You're going to do damage to every tile around you. So you essentially want to be on a spot where you only have the previous tile that you were on open, and then you hit it and you get 7 tiles worth of rewards, which is really, really good. Let's claim all this goodness. Let's work our way over to the special one. Make sure you're constantly picking up those energy gems there, but don't use them if it's going to put you over your cap, because it doesn't give you any bonus. We're going to use it 2 times. We're going to unlock it here, and we're going to keep on going and see if we can find any more good loot here. We should be getting very close to the guaranteed portal. There it is. We're going to grab the 2 times for the next floor, jump in, and we're going to just keep repeating this process. So not too bad. Again, this is a treasure shard level. Doesn't really matter for us because we are not going to be getting that treasure shard whatsoever. We're not going to be able to get the special treasure floor. And yeah, like you can see here, we got 2 more days. We have 30 more pickaxes. We're already on this floor. If you do this strategy optimally, you should be able to get this every single month. So make sure you're doing just trying to pay attention, do things optimally as much as possible. And then, yeah, get that chest, get those hero copies, especially good in the early game. not bad in the middle, late game, but yeah, hopefully this helps you guys out. Let me know what you guys think. If you need more information, definitely leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.